I'm Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. Thanks for stopping by. Those who are current practitioners of love and light are welcome here. All others must pass on by. I am creating no space for you here. That's all there is to it. You've barged in enough. This is the 4th time that I'm restarting it, and gosh, what a huge difference it was from there to here. The journey. 3rd time, the 2nd time I realized, when there was a little fiasco. That's why I'm sitting on a towel, is that my tea spilled all over my bed. Quite hot. And before that, my ex started yelling at me, saying that I was a piece of shit and I haven't done shit for the past 3 to 5 years, and etc. Everything is an exaggeration to his benefit. When someone's getting like that far into your face and practically spitting, telling them, you know what? It's all projections. It isn't me. It's not me. I have to realize with the sequence of events and all of these things that are happening that it's bad juju. I did a recording last night, and it was like around 1 or 2 o'clock. No, 12 to 1 maybe. Somewhere around there. And it completely erased. It's not even in my archive. I called out people's names, and it was reading on how angry I could get. And I have to believe that the angel is, allowed for certain interference, but it's like that stuff has come and gone. Like I'm not even fretting about that, but I know that there was multiple reasons why it got completely deleted. So now I think people are really testing my patience. It was all about like how things are calculating and how things at this period in our lives is all about a battle of the wills and to see it through. So that's where we're at. Gosh, a lot of tea had spilled. Holy smokes. And so I had to even change, because I'm sweating up a lot, because like my hands are shaking. It was not fun. And do I have a hair thing? Anyway, just chaotic. And I'm surprised that I got there again, and it's just like he's saying that I'm stealing from the family with what I'm doing, and like just a bunch of like BS, like the things that his flying monkeys, the people that he calls friends that have anger issues because they tried to make, well, at least one of them, the major one, I guess, tried to make a move on me, and because he couldn't sleep with me, and he tried to lie his way out of it, he's just causing a wreckage. Like, it's crazy. It is so crazy. Like the weekly like ventures out, drug binges, and it's like, it's crazy what, like, I wonder what would happen if he didn't have all that, like his raise, he couldn't be doing all of these things. I mean, maybe he would, I don't know, but like, I have a lot more things to pay, and it's like, the fact that he can, it's so gross. Like, it's just a constant reminder of how I fucked up, like, choosing him, you know? And I'm not supposed to be like that. I'm not supposed to do that. Like, Spirit wants me to appreciate everything. And I guess it's just a reminder of how many things you overlook when you're supposedly, like, in love with someone, when all you're doing is really just petting each other's egos. And you know, all that means is just a lack of confidence. So, like, I believe in what I'm doing, and even though I'm not making any funds right now, it's not supposed to mean anything. So, I'll get a job if that's, you know, like a regular job, like, you know, so it's fine. Like, it's not, like, I'm fine with it, but I just thought that part of the messages was that I wasn't supposed to settle. Just, like, my choice with him, like, you know, that if I know that I'm better than, you know, being cornered and excusing someone's misbehavior occasionally, to frequently, to often, like, I don't need to do that. I'm not supposed to. And I remember her saying that even if I have to live out of my car or whatever, then so be it, you know? Excuse me for a second. But it went all over the place. It also went on my bananagrams. What the heck? Well, I drink my tea kind of dry, so give me a second, okay? Okay. So, anyway, I'm still beautiful. I'm still awesome. And then he knows what he's missing out on. That's why he's, like, he knows he fucked up big time, and he has to just cover his tracks, like, with what people are so willing to believe, like, that are just disgruntled with their lives. So he's just painting this picture. I just have to remember that, because, like, my hands were fucking shaking. I was retaliating. I was throwing back, like, you know, when it's kind of irrelevant. If he's fucking around, he's fucking around. That's not, at this point, it's really none of my business, other than the fact that he's siphoning funds from, like, not even doing back to school shopping. What has he done so far? 2 shirts for our younger son, and, like, what, a backpack that he got on sale at an outlet thing. That's it, you know. Like, to say that you're a provider, and, you know, and you're going out on weekly vacations, like, leaving, like, rotting pots and pans, like, on the stove and in the sink, and, like, knowing that it's bringing in, like, roaches like, while you're, like, getting high, and it's like, oh my god, like, you are so ghetto. Like, I am so glad I'm not gonna be with you in old age. Like, I am so glad that I still have good years on me, that you can just rot in your own, like, you can be the pots and pans, like, you can do that with your life. Like, no matter how much money you have, all you're doing is turning into a worse, like, piece of shit. Like, that's what you're doing. Like, anything that you're projecting onto me, that's exactly how you see yourself. That's how you see your life. So just go do that, okay? So, still there. Oh, thank you. So that's good. So what came in the deck was 2 of Cups in reverse, but it was before seeing the Queen of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Now, we have 2 wonderful cards here prefixing the 2 of Cups in reverse. There's some disharmony. Now, what I'm seeing in that is that because this is a male and a female, and this is a male and a female, and just because, like, the only thing that made sense here was the fact that there's disharmony, discord between the embodiment of the Queen of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So I think those two roles, you know, when we fulfill certain roles in our lives, excuse me, when we have to kind of fulfill certain roles in our lives, like in order to get things done, in order to address issues in a mature way, that there's, you know, like a discord, like we're not seeing eye to eye. So as far as Hangman, like, oh, thank you, Spirit. You're so wonderful. I had 4 restarts. Holy smackerels. Like, because I was angry. And people, like, of course, people, like, have shit in their own lives. So they don't, most of them don't want to see that. But those that are going through huge turmoil, that's, you know, they understand it. And I think they appreciate that they're not the only ones dealing with stuff like this. But I have to remember, I like to chill the fuck out. Because I still have really, really good cards here, and all it's saying is that there's a disconnect between being the Queen of Pentacles, like the best mother in from all the queens compared, and just being very grounded and productive, innovative, in a way that, like, she has a devil on lock, you know, in a box. And turning that into, like, transmuting that into love, you know. And this being, like, a chaotic situation, she's, like, at rest. She's, you know, on chill. But here, you know, it's being able to see, like, people who are absolutely, like, defensive, that want you to get caught up in all of the madness, all the crazy shit, you know. I don't think you can really see it, like, until here, let me see if I can show it to you. Okay, give me a second. Do you see his face? It's just a game to him, you know? And so it's just being caught by surprise on all of that. You know, Hangman point of view is, like, being out there in the open. Not a sitting duck, but just kind of observing everything, not interacting. And I forget that because, you know, when things get in the heat of the moment, it's like if somebody's yelling, not just at you, but, like, in close proximity, almost spitting on you and telling you, you know, that you're a worthless piece of shit. Like, I'm not paraphrasing here, you know. I'm stealing from the kids, that this and that. And, you know, it's crazy for somebody to say that, you know, having a 6-figure income all of a sudden, and, you know, doing all of these crazy things. Like I've been so good, like, so good. I don't understand. So that's why, like I don't do any drugs. I don't do any, like, I'm so good. And, like, the rationale to, like, have a cup of coffee or tea, or, like, just have something to eat outside of this, like, crazy situation. Like, it's been a long time. I don't know. I'm gonna re-script in my head for a second, because, like, it's like, I don't know. Like, this tells me, like, if I had a choice, like, if he offered for things to, like, go back to the way things were, like, you know, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Like, I don't want that. To know, like, somebody is like that at the core, like, so rotten. so rotten. So it's just a disconnect. It's just like standing apart from it, like, oh, my hairy self is looking at this, and it's like, just leave this. When I'm trying to warm up my tea in the freaking microwave, I'm waiting for like those 2 minutes for it to be done, and all the time, like, there can be so much that's being said at me, like, he's such a bully. It's crazy, and like, for me to hold my tongue and just like, it's like, I don't know what to say. I think that's meant to shake me. Oh, that's what it is. Motherfucker. Okay. Sorry, Spirit. Sorry I interacted with someone who isn't worth my time. I just tried to defend myself. I don't know how to defend myself. It's okay. So, what do you mean by that, Spirit? Knight of Wands, Lover's card in reverse. What does that mean? Gosh. Oh, okay. Let him do his dirty work. He's just gonna kill himself. That's what it is. He's just killing himself. Like, because the way it came out was like the next sequence was out, but that was right after this. So what he's gonna do is, because for me this could mean, like, I don't know. At first I thought it could be like ego death, or Spirit's gonna lay him out. I thought it was at first Spirit's gonna lay him out. But he's not a king. He's just a knight, and he's gonna get his, like, he's gonna just bail out and just fuck around with with a girl that's, not really looking for much except attention. He's just looking for someone who has a lack of confidence and just isn't looking for much, And if I want to be harsh about it, he's just looking at, like, he's looking for another old version of me, like a very, very old version. Someone who thinks that that's love. Yeah, justice is coming. It's like absolutely pronounced. So don't fret. This is just like one of those tests. And I forget what tests are like for real when other people are directly involved. 9 of Wands. You're standing your ground, being patient in this. Like, it's chaotic out there, but you're building a team, and you have to set the example when it comes to chaotic situations. Like, you see? Like, people die, like, and so it's just being patient in it. Yeah. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, because he left, like, Thanksgiving was, what, Thursday? He did, like one with his friends, who are just a team of home wreckers, basically, just supporting his alcoholism and knowing that it breaks up the family and how, like, chaotic situations can be. So they're all, like, enablers on all of that. And so, like, so he did that on Sunday, so it's Monday, Tuesday. I guess it's only been 3 days that the pots have been sitting out. But, like, he has time to, like, do all kinds of, like, bullshit. Like, it's for real bullshit. Like, okay, if I said, like, hey, you want to fuck around? You would definitely make time for that, And, just stuff like that. It's just crazy to me. The candle just went out. But, like, when it comes down to his priorities, like, I have to think about mine. Okay, so and my priorities right now are just trying to recalibrate. What happened to my other candle? I guess it's not there. It's fine. So I just have to remember that people who, like, because I haven't seen anybody in real life talk shit to me about my situation. It's always behind my back, because they know that it's extreme bullshit. You know, they know. I don't know how else to say. I'm just, like, people think, like, oh, it can't be that bad. Look at, you know how you hold yourself, how you dress, etc., whatever. It's like, I'm doing my best not to, like, be any of that part. You know what I mean? Like, to look like I fit the role of what it's supposed to look like when there's bullshit happening. Like, I'm tired of that. I've lived through that. Like, he's like, it's such a waste of my time. So I'm just trying to figure it out right now. And it's okay if I'm not helping anybody right now. Like, it's okay. I got me, and that's good. I remember who put in the effort. Well, yeah, I'm just packing along, just moving forward. Oh my gosh, you see that? They're wearing the same thing, so it's definite. It's definite. So it's the right attitude as far as moving forward, Gosh, all of that went away. How amazing. That's crazy. Anyway. Okay. So Spirit's like, this is a good thing. Leave that darkness behind. Because he's like, he's stressed out. Like, he's breaking out. But, just gonna keep moving along. Yeah. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. Like, the way he cleaned... Oh, I don't... No. It was just all of these irritations. Like, the way he conceives as cleaning up is dumping the rest of his shit, like, from, like, the staged area to, like, the garage to where, like, places where I cleaned up, or, like, upstairs where I cleaned up. It's just transferring stuff like that. So it's just reinvesting in myself again, because, the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse, like, it's just coming closer to the reality that he's a home wrecker. He's doing exactly what his younger brother did, which is, like, constantly getting high, fucking around, causing a ruckus, and drinking the whole time, and then, like, not being present for his children, really. He's doing the same exact thing, like, he's acting as though, like, he's supposedly a leader, and he's not. 9 of Coins in reverse, Tower, the World, 4 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands. This is just a whole lot here going on. Oh, okay. I can read this. Alright. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Independence to be gained. I was a little confused here because there's 3, 6, 9 cards here all in one, showing. But when you look at this, King of Pentacles and the Tower right there, it's just a matter of timing. Like, maybe just, yeah, like the tower moment will hit. Is regardless, like, of whatever happens, it's gonna happen. So just don't add to the energy. And it's a lot to invest in, like having to bear the ten of cups, like absolute happiness, is a burden. You know, that freedom can be a huge weight. Okay. But the order will come in. It's just on delay right now. Why is that? What are these ones in between? Oh, okay. So right now, they're just saying to romanticize the idea of, you know, how to get back on my feet again. Because I'm recovered, you know, for the most part. But like that, the 2 minutes where I'm warming up my tea and like in hearing, like it's almost equal engagement to just sit there and listen to someone talk shit at you. Like, that's my only choice if I want to warm up my fucking tea. So I don't go out and spend more money. Like, I feel like a prisoner. In my own home. Just like, you just have to take the abuse. That's it. That's what it feels like. Yeah. And I'm stuck. Just like left high and dry. That's it. Not even high. Just like. But, you know, those feelings are just, they're transient. What did you want to say about that, Spirit? Yeah, like, I know better. They are literally transient. Like, what the? I don't even know how this stuff works. Like, I don't understand it. King of Wands. Like, no, I don't need any player energy. I don't need any constellation from any player energy. Like, I'm good. I don't need that. Like, do I need, like, other trashy behavior here? Like, no. They get to do, like, I'm not judging with what they do on the outskirts. Like, just, you know, just don't bring that into my realm. Like, I don't need any extra time wasters. I don't. No, I don't. I forgot I was trying to eat, but then my hands were shaking. It fell all over the place. Just like that. Chill out. There's no, like, moon thing going on, too, so, like, I don't understand. Page of Pentacles, yeah. I'm so willing to go ahead and just invest in whatever, like, even if I have a fucking penny, I'm gonna go ahead and invest in myself. Okay, so time to just, like, recalibrate. No. Okay. Angels. What's your input? The Magician in reverse. Yeah, there's someone, like, fucking around in my area. In my area code. For real. I'm pretty sure locally speaking. Especially my neighbors. You know, I believe that they have eyes on the situation. I heard the ringing. Yep. The tower moment will come for those, appropriate related to the situation. You know? What are you going to do? Three and Four of Pentacles. I'm getting lots of messages here. It's like when you go out, on a limb and you're just like, I need to take a break from all of this bullshit, right? So you leave, like, to find some peace. And this is not like, I'm not talking about like the whole vacationing thing, like, I need to get out of here. No, this means like going out for a walk. This means like doing some divination, doing some type of meditation where you can really just reground yourself and come back. And sometimes from those little powwow, those retreats, those meetings, you don't have like all of the, you don't remember everything, like especially like even when it comes to meetings, you only like have a couple of takeaways. So if you're going to have any takeaway, just know that it was a worthy investment to step out for a second, because we have the Seven of Pentacles here, so it's like 8 minus, the 7, knowing that we just invested in it. That in itself was a good choice. However, what we're also coming back with is knowing that there's worthiness, like purpose in deconstructing. That it doesn't need to make us crumble, but like realizing like that there was a lot of maintenance that was needed within the relationship, that the foundations are compromised. It's just deteriorated. And Four of Pentacles in reverse. There's just a lack of ownership. Yeah, like I'm thinking back on all of this, and it's like, wow, when I submitted the paperwork, I could have submitted it for like, more turbulent reasons, that there were real reasons, like abuse, in the situation. And even though I didn't have a follow-up police report, like we realized that there's only so much that law enforcement can do unless it goes to the extreme. Like, and even in extreme situations, as you can see in the news, that like like your daughter can get raped and do the rape kit and have evidence, and still the police can like turn you down. You know what I mean? Like, why would you wait for something to go like absolutely horrible, horrific, in order to like run the gamble, run the risk of somebody having, it's just crazy to me. Things are so corrupt. Judgment in reverse. Would you care to elaborate? Okay, Four of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, okay. So I hit up on the Magician in reverse, so yeah. Karma's gonna bite them. Yep. So swoop right in, take them down. That's what's happening. It's all right, Tina. It's okay. Oopsie. No problem. Page of Swords. So, going to we're collector selves. We're students, we're observing, we're sitting down in class, we're learning. We get to play dead in this situation, just like, we feel like we're stuck, but okay, let's go ahead and go with that energy. I forgot we could go with that energy. We're not being stuck, we're just choosing to kind of like, instead of retreating, I'm just gonna stay put for a little bit, because there are certain things to learn about how we recalibrate, in assertive situations. Yeah. Okay. I can do that. There's a valuable learning experience in here. Nine of Cups. And regardless whether you're in law enforcement or not, people understand your truth. They, when it comes down to the court system, like, there's no words that can convince people to, like, how do I say it? I just have to believe in my team, believe in the truth. So that's all there is to it. Like, I know how harsh this world can be, and I know that there's, many things that can happen. It's hard to predict, like, especially when there's, like, a huge network of manipulation. I'm tired of getting stressed about, like, what the likelihood is of, of justice really coming through for me. Like, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of it. What will happen, whether I think this way or that of, its outcome. No. They told me not to say that. That's a no. Void. Cancel. Rebuke. How do I say it? It is wasteful for me to add any negative energy towards that. And just to trust that the divine will rebalance itself. If anybody wants to dupe or trick or, like, swindle me of what my worth is, they're going to see it. Like, my old jobs see it. All of my old employers see it. They do. So, as far as Nine of Cups in reverse, what do you want to say about that, Spirit? Because I don't... Three of Swords. So right now I'm just not feeling so great, not quite happy, because, like, this is so apparent. Like, I'm trying to keep things, like, as calm as possible and and chill, and there's just so much hate, like, and I know it's because of, like, all of the, like, influences that my ex chooses. He chooses to, like, drink, like, to extremes. So what's their karma? Knight of Swords. Okay, rushing through. King of Cups. Okay. Spirit. Wheel of Fortune. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna get something, like, is that right? They're gonna get something really good out of it? I don't understand. I think Spirit, like, they're, you see, like, I'm like, I don't understand this, because, like, so this is Spirit, this is them, rushing to, to wherever, but they're coming, there was a light that was passing through, like a blade of light, so, they don't realize that where they're running off to is, going to be straight to Spirit, like, they're going to the principal's office, and what's coming there is, like, destiny, what's due for them, and I don't know what that really means, like, because Wheel of Fortune is, in upright, is to me, it's like always good. But then the Empress card came in reverse. I don't understand. Spirit, can you help me out here? I don't understand. 6 of Cups. Okay, so they might get what they want when it comes to like their influence and the material, aspects in the world. But they're never gonna get me back. They're never gonna get that kinship back, that like Empress energy back. They're never going to get me back. With how much turmoil that they're causing, there's no chance. Like, if he's like, how moms are like, oh, you must be like lying in a gutter somewhere, blah blah blah. When it comes to like his woes and his extremes like that, he's so used to like being like, poor me, help me, etc. Like for real, like exaggerating situations just so that he does the same thing that he did when he was younger, trying to get the attention of his mom, who dealt with so many foster kids. Like he felt like that maybe was the only way that he could get attention, was flashing blue eyes and being really good at like water sports or whatever, just whatever he could do to get attention from his mother. And it was still like he was still very hateful of all of like the foster kids and the God family, the families that were associated with her committing to, what do you call it, being a godparent. Like he was so hateful. Like I don't even understand where that hate comes from. But like now it like all stems from the same place. But never gonna get me back, ever. That's the loss of that. Like doesn't matter what he does. He's never. Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, he's never gonna get anybody like me again. He's gonna get the exact opposite. What were you saying about that? Like, Spirit's going to hand him good cards, like, because, there are passed on loved ones that care for him. Like, I know my father-in-law was a great father-in-law. Only wishes the best. So, naturally he wants to, like, pass over that inheritance over to his children for the best. So, Spirit's going to hand that over. Good cards, but somebody who's trying to speed along through things, there's other characters there. And the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know. Maybe there's a good turnaround. Who knows? But he's definitely not getting me back. Time to harvest. What is this? What's your karma? I don't understand. Oh, that's what I said. So, I know that there's a huge network of people who work in the dark that know me. They know of me. I just know that it goes on many levels. So if they want to make things hard for me, they'll create certain allowances that make it easier on him to indulge in all of this like bullshit energy, including like putting like poor influences around around him, like like certain drug users, dealers, people who have alcoholic issues, he says he's made friends and he's all of this stuff, but you know, it's all kind of just drug related and misery loves company, so I don't know. I just know that, like, if people want to attempt to make things harder on me, that's what they'll do. They'll create certain advantages for him, give him certain promotions. I mean, he told me his new boss's boss also went through a divorce, and they were like, became gossip queens, like, oh my gosh, you know, you blah blah blah, you know, you should do this and you should do that. You know, creating kinship over the realm of destruction. So, you know, the people that want to kind of attempt to harm me will probably give him some certain advantages, because Five of Pentacles in reverse, it's releasing, you know, this essence of lack mindset, and that it's time to harvest. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. But the Star in reverse is also a lack of hope, you know? Strength. Yeah, it's a different journey. That's what it looks like. You know, for him, he's just gonna have to find the inner strength to discern where people stand versus where he does. You know, I mean, I thought I was gonna be seeing so much more over here, but you know, I don't know what. Oh. I don't know. It says that he's gonna fuck around constantly, but he's gonna be sterile. That's what it says. I mean, where did I get that here? Yeah. No, strength was on the inner side of it, but then it was like that. So this is pronounced. This is accentuated. Like, he's gonna fuck around constantly. But when it comes to the actual bang part of it, he's what do you call it? Sterile. That's what's going to happen to him. So he may get what, you know. Let's see here. Okay, Spirit, what's his karma? These people that rush in and out of my life because they've done wrong. What's your karma, Spirit? You can stop me at any time, Spirit. It's okay. Okay, Two of Cups. It's facing the Hierophant. Okay, let's let it. I don't know. Your karma is harmony. Is that right? Okay, let's go ahead and clear these cards, because maybe something good is coming for him. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to focus on what's my karma. Should I do that? Let's do that. Okay. Alright, Spirit. What do you want to tell me about my karma? You want to tell me about my karma, Spirit. Okay. Page of Wands, Six of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. Okay. We're going to start something new and being chill. Why is the Ace of Wands in reverse, though? Why is the Ace of Wands in reverse, Spirit? Oh, I get to chill. That's what Spirit is saying. Yeah, because if I'm starting out with something that's very powerful, but I have to put it down, my karma is to chill. What the frick? Spirit, are you serious? Spirit just wants me to chill because this is coming, but it's going that end is going to end the cycle. It's like, yeah, you know, like if I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff, if I'm trying to like, you know, really start my business or do this and that, you know, it's going to fall under that realm of like destruction. So, you know, as far as starting up, it's just like within the chill, like just start to like find your calm. Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so as far as my karma, what what's that mean? Oh, that I have a hard time. The way that looks. Okay. That. Okay, let me just put that to context. So, Nine of Wands in reverse is a player though. Like what? Queen of Cups, Ten of Wands, Temperance, Seven of Wands, Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay. I don't know. People, what do you mean by that? Nine of Wands in reverse. The original impression that I got from that is that like I have to stay put, like, cause you know it's on a motorcycle, so I have to stay put. But like I'm having a hard time like being in the right spirit, staying put, which is true, you know. But I have to do it. There's celebration here. With others. I'm gonna be able to let go of those burdens that keep me down because it's so heavy. Okay. Balance achieved, alchemy. Having the higher ground for sure. And the ability to achieve the Ten of Cups. Excuse me. The Ten of Cups is in reversal because why, Spirit? There's community here. And the Seven of Wands and the Three of Cups. Oh, I won't be alone. I don't know. I don't even really feel lonely. I don't. That's such a. Eight of Wands in reverse. Spirit says I can't say anymore. I knew that. Like, I couldn't. Yeah. I knew that I wasn't really supposed to speak on my karma. Because, like, Spirit, like, it's none of anybody's business, honestly. Like, to put it out there, gives, like, the temptation to tamper, you know, so I'm not supposed to speak on anything else, like, you know, Spirit says you can stop right there. Oh my gosh, I just spat. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss. Spirit's like, no, don't feed into this little trap that people are, because there's some interference here for sure. People know I can read. You know, I can prophesize. People know. You're just not going to admit to it. There's honey somewhere. I don't know where the sticky is. Okay. Fine, spirit. Okay. So just need to chill. Just chill. Chill. Yeah. So I know for sure that my ex is manipulating the cameras for sure, because I plugged it in after I put the pots and pans like in on the, what do you call it, ottoman, which like he decided to keep his shit clear, but like doing all of his stupid stuff and just irrelevant stuff. Like last night for like hours he was chewing out one of his old friends, like about like just like verbally abusing him. Like if I believed in your shit then I would have invested in it, but like you're an idiot, blah blah blah. It's just like all this stuff, just like, but because I don't believe in what you're doing, like I didn't remember the passcode or so, just some stuff like that. So the pots and pans are continued, to be out there. So it's just the sun is coming out. Spirit says stop talking about that. The sun is here. Think about your own abundance. That you like the sun. Yeah, Spirit's like, know your own power, know your own energy, mind your own business, because that's bad business over there. Okay. Yeah, at this point, like, I don't really, how do I say it? The people that are watching, like, I doubt there's anybody watching, really. The people that, I don't know. No. I don't know. I'm just doing my thing, okay? To return, finding balance, knowing that there's absolute liars and manipulators out there who are trying to rush me into making decisions that I wouldn't ordinarily make. Then I'm the Queen of Pentacles. And I've already thought about it. And I know that I'm just supposed to drop all of that, like, those burdens, those constructs. Why is full in reverse? Before it was an attitude when we picked it, like, as far as moving on. But here it's like, it hasn't formally started yet. This is, somebody's watching, for sure. Like, I know that there's designated people out there that are supposed to watch and monitor me. It's not out of, like, genuine interest. There might be a couple out there. I don't know. That's, like, none of my concern, really. That's what Spirit says. But there's definitely someone watching. Because I started to feel the chill. I don't know if it's bad or good. I just know that someone's watching. From far away. Page of Cups. I think I know who one of them is. People who have said goodbye as well. Or no, who I've said goodbye to. Yeah. So there's two different sets here that are watching from far away so far. It's also an elite community. Like survivalists, kind of like under the radar. Yep. Yeah. But they're also protected. So, and people are also working at it. Like, this is a timeless energy reading, so that's what it's showing me. And those who are going through a transformation, obviously. So there's a variety of people here watching from far away. Because they want to end cycles too. They do. And they know that I can help them. That's it. Help them get out of that, feeling stuck. And what is obvious to everyone? Empress of freaking holy moly. What? What? That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. So I can help them. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So bananagrams time because I said so. And I need to dry this. Okay. Where shall we put it? On the towel? Yeah, I guess so. We can put it on a towel. I don't know. Yeah, we'll put it right here. Okay, start. Okay, C and A. Okay. M, cam. Definitely some cams here. Oh, CAMS. Yeah. But there's also a scam. VUT. Also scum. IDOCERRETHMIGUT. Let's see, drove. Series, like CERES, or there might be an I in there. We can spell both out. Oh my. Thud. Them. Oh, somebody from my old work. She's watching. Her last name is them. Can you believe that? Like, isn't that interesting? I usually don't call out people like that, but I know that there is something like, even though she was the most honest one to me there, she was still being dishonest. Like, I don't know, to be employed to be dishonest is, I don't know. There's something there that's just not 100% right. There's something purposefully distant. But she's the only one that I could consider, like, possibly being friends with. And so that was kind of sad for me. Yeah. Thigh. What? Muscovite? What? Okay. I think that's a stone. Something like that. Hold on a second. I don't know. What do you call it? Mica? There's mica here. Oh, so muscovite is a definite thing, yeah. I don't know too much about that stone. Or that, that mineral. I see high rise. Yeah, this is definitely from my old job. Meters. Yeah, having to, like, judge, like, the value of, yeah, most definitely. Like, gauging, like a bunch of meters, right? Desire. I see like vesica piscis as well, but no, I don't have the P there, so it's like vesica. Okay. Turmeric. Okay, I feel like that's definite. Yeah, I see turmeric, mica, muscovite. What? Okay, so it's something that we need to use. I see thrive. Okay. Oopsie. mm, okay. Okay. Mascot. Okay. Okay. So maybe we don't like have anyone that we can identify with as a role model, but a mascot, like spirit totem, I think that's doable. It's viable. EMT. Hmm. Okay. Dime. Yeah, somebody likes us, right? A penny for your thoughts, nickel for your kiss, dime if you tell me that you love me. Um, should. Yeah, Doug. I also see that name too. Hmm. Yeah. What is that song? Um, dig it up. Mhm. Yeah. TV. I don't know. It keeps giving me like for a long time TV. Like a lot of notoriety, a lot of fame, a lot of exposure. But I don't know how that would happen because it's like a lot of those industries, if not all, are corrupt. I don't know how that would happen. mm, yeah. Okay, so I've got all of them here. Mm, there's so many things you can make of it, but turmeric was absolutely... And muscovite. Why do I keep getting... They want muscovite. I'm going to play around with this for a little bit, but let me show you, okay, what that looks like here. That's what we're looking at. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks very much for joining me. That is all that I have to share with you. Okay. So thanks very much for joining. That's it for now. Have a great day. Thank you, angels of love and light, for helping deliver these messages. As well as to our divine teams of love and light. At this time, this reading is officially over, so I close all portals that have been opened, and I'll see you again later.